What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Hunter. I do videos on basically cameras, tech, anything productivity or content creation related. Somehow I got into content about content. It's very meta. Anyway, welcome back. Today we are going to try to make this quick. Every time I say that, I make a really long video, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But I have one thing to talk about today, and that is monitor arms. So today I want to talk to you about the monitor arm that I recently purchased for my new monitor. It's technically a budget monitor arm compared to a lot of the other options out there. However, it works really, really well. So, quick backstory. I used to use a 21 or a 24-inch monitor. I'll have to look it up. I'll pop the actual thing somewhere here. I like that monitor. I upgraded because it wasn't color accurate, and I am a photographer, so that's kind of like necessary. I also do a lot of 3D graphics nowadays, and I needed more space, so I went to a 27-inch, and there is going to be a video on the monitor, and I kind of talked about that in some of my previous videos. One of the other big reasons I upgraded my monitor was because my old one did not have the capability to be connected to a monitor arm, and that was something I really wanted to be able to do. So I really wanted to be able to put it on a monitor arm just so it's easier to move around, easier to position depending on how I do my setup. I am somebody who likes to switch around my setup a lot, and whether that be just like minor changes or big changes, if it just means like opening up my laptop to the right and moving my monitor to the left, or raising my monitor and putting my laptop under it, or closing my laptop and putting it away while putting my monitor closer to my face. I like to change things up. It keeps my creativity flowing. I don't like things staying the same. So, long story short, I bought a monitor that could be connected to a VESA mount. This one is 100 by 100. So, I bought this monitor, and then when it came in, it had a really nice stand, one that was tilt adjustable, height adjustable. It could turn like 90 degrees both ways, or it was 45, and then it could also go vertical. So it had a lot of adjustment, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to use this. It gives me pretty much all of the movement I wanted out of it. And if you want to see it on the stand, I actually posted a desk setup tour a few weeks ago, and then like a week later, everything changed because I got a microphone mount and the monitor mount, which completely eliminated my need for a monitor riser. So go watch that video, and then I will post another one at some point with my updated setup for the fact that everything is entirely different, and from that video to the video after, everything changed. With that being said, let's talk monitor arms. So this monitor arm is really budget compared to some of the other options. So one of the like main options that people buy if they want to get like best of the best and they don't really care about how much money is a brand called Ergotron. And they're really good. I've used them at workplaces. I've seen them at friends' houses. I mean, they're amazing. They work well. They're reliable. They're really trustworthy for putting like an expensive monitor on. However, I did not want to spend upwards of like $200, $300, $400, depending on which model, on a monitor arm. With a $500 monitor, I probably should have just bit the bullet and did it. However, I found a better option. So this monitor arm that I purchased here is called so I don't know how to pronounce this, but this is called the Huano monitor arm. Huano upgraded single monitor arm. So this thing comes in normally at about $80. Currently, it looks like it's on sale for $60. I got it on sale as well for around that price. It was like a lightning sale, but basically, comparatively, this thing is pretty top notch comparatively, for the price at least, compared to like Ergotron, which runs into like multiple hundred, and this thing runs anywhere from like 60 to 80 bucks. Not a bad deal. So this monitor arm can hold 4.4 to 26.4 pounds, which for most monitors, you shouldn't have a lot of an issue. Now, if you run like an ultra wide, super heavy monitor, I can see where you might have an issue. You know, I don't even think that those ultra wides are really that heavy. That being said, the monitor I have is the Asus ProArt 27-inch display. This thing is pretty heavy for what it is. I think it runs around 14 or 15 pounds. So with this thing, it is made for 13 to 35 inch monitors. I believe if you had a lighter one, you could go with a wider monitor. You'll just kind of have to test it out yourself. I only have a 27 inch. I don't foresee myself getting anything bigger than a 34 inch in the near future. I might get like a 31 inch, but then I'm probably just going to pick up another one of these and use them together. But that being said, as long as it's in that weight, I figure it kind of works just the same. You just have to kind of be cognizant of turning it and the movement since it is designed for those sizes. But again, that is going to fit 99% of people's needs. If they're in the budget range, then they're probably not using a like $2,000 monitor. Another thing that is really cool about this monitor arm that I like, I haven't even really used it, but I thought it was kind of cool. It has a USB port on the side of it. So when you are assembling it, takes a lot of assembly, by the way, you run this cable through the base of it and it runs, see down on the side. I will put B-roll of it because you can't really see it, but there is a port on the side and then you run the cable down out the back and you can plug it in. It does power, but also does data transfer. So if you are, someone who doesn't have a lot of ports and you need one more running to your computer or your USB hub, you can use that. And then that also opens up one that's a little bit easier to use. That's why I thought I would use it. I use a CalDigit USB hub for my MacBook. And so most of the ports are on the back of it, which sometimes is an issue. You can't really move it around a lot when you have a ton of stuff plugged in, especially because most of the stuff plugged into mine is cable tied and organized under my desk. So I was like, oh, cool. It has one, I can get an extra USB that's a little bit easier to access. So that's an upside if you want to use that. If you don't want to use it, you don't even have to put it in. I just put it in so there wasn't like an empty hole in the side. And I figured I would use it. I really haven't, but it's a cool feature nonetheless. Now you can also mount this arm clamped to a desk or using a grommet if you have a hole in your desk or are cool with drilling a hole. That's technically the more stable option. I didn't want to do that. Also, my desk is particle board, I believe, and I didn't think that I really wanted to drill too many holes in it since it's particle board. However, with all that being said, glowing reviews on Amazon, which Amazon reviews are kind of hit and miss. I try not to take them too seriously, mostly for the fact that most people only write a review if they've had a bad experience. Everything on there was really put across while people writing glowing reviews. And I was like, okay, that's a good sign. Let's try it out. So I received this monitor arm. It took me about, I'd say 30 to 45 minutes to fully install after getting all the pieces out, installing the wire, putting the arm together, making sure I did it correct. So, I didn't get woken up in the middle of the night or come home from work and my monitor was just on the floor. But I did it pretty easily. I didn't have to make any adjustments, but it does come with a couple Allen wrenches if you need to adjust the tension on it. So basically what you want to do is mount your monitor onto it, slowly let go of it and see if the monitor drops. Mine worked really well. It can be moved around, no issues. So I didn't have to really adjust anything. The only gripe I have, I can turn it at 90 in terms of if I want to have a vertical monitor, I can move around the actual arm itself. So in, out, up, down, and then I can also tilt it that way. However, to get it to do a tilt, so if I wanted, this way, you have to use an Allen key to loosen up a bolt in there and then tilt it to where you want it and then tighten it back up. For some reason, that is the one adjustment that you can't just do on the fly. I didn't know that when I got it. It kind of angered me. However, putting it on, it was set pretty much exactly where I wanted it. It's like a little bit tilted, which I like because it's usually a little higher since I use a laptop a lot of the time under it. So it worked well for me. It's not really like a deal breaker, but again, it's a budget monitor arm. So rant over. There's not really a lot to talk about here. It works well. It holds pretty heavy weight. It has a cool USB hub on the side. And if you have a budget and you don't want to spend, let's see what Ergotron runs. $189 for their LX single, $379 for their single ultra wide monitor arm. Jeez. If you want to do like 4 monitor setups or like more intense monitor setups, you're going to have them super high up. Get something nice. This one, I was kind of thinking the worst is going to happen is if the hydraulics start to give out in any way, it's going to like slowly drop and then the weight's going to be put on the desk and then whatever, it's not just going to like crash. Anyway, I said I was going to keep this short, so we're going to cut it off here. But if you want to spend a little bit less money than the Ergotron monitor arm, This is the Huannu. I'm probably butchering that name. I definitely am. But I will link it down in the description. And if you have any questions about it, definitely let me know. Feel free to go over and check it out. There is a deal running right now for $60. I don't know if that will be running when you actually see this video or go to check it out, but it seems like they do run specials on it pretty often, and $60 for this thing, super, super nice. Great movability, great weight capacity. I mean, this thing really does, other than the tilt, move really well. Like, watch. Like, that's not bad. It's stable. I feel pretty safe with it there. But that's the thing also of why I was cool with spending this money, is because most of the time I have the arm kind of collapsed in the back and it's pushed back. It's not sitting over like this, but this even, I mean, there's no give. It's pretty stable. So with that being said, it has all the right things, doesn't hurt your desk, and can hold pretty heavy monitors. So if you're looking for one in a budget range, there are a lot of options on Amazon. I can vouch for this one. The reviews can vouch for it, whereas other ones can't really. So I'd say this is a pretty safe bet. So if you like this video, give me a like. If you like productivity stuff, camera stuff, tech stuff, computer stuff, consider subscribing. I'm doing my best to post consistently for the first time ever, and this is the best I've ever done. So I'm on a good track record with myself. So hopefully I will see you in the next one. But if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you have comments, tell me, if you hated it, also let me know. Anyway, I never know how to end videos, so I'm just going to cut it off. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.